We're still talking about BizTalk migration into Azure. And the question we're answering today is, why not lift and shift? So previously, if you've got an on-premises BizTalk installation that's either on tin or on VMs that are sat on your own tin, you've got obsolescence issues because we know that you're out of support on the current versions, but the latest version, 2028, is your drop dead date. You've got the data center costs. You've got to keep those servers fed and watered, electricity, security, premises, all that stuff. You've got the inflexibility of the fact that you've got all that tin, and it's hard to just create any more out of thin air. And so that gives you fixed capacity, and you can't scale in the same way. So we've got all those problems of on-prem, and what we've been talking about up till now is the fact that, well, let's go cloud native, because that is the answer to all your problems. Now, a lot of people ask me, why don't I lift and shift and put my BizTalk applications on infrastructure as a service in Azure, where you've got cloud VMs and cloud databases, and you run on that. Now, if you do that, okay, you can migrate your applications without having to change them, and it does buy you some time, and it allows you perhaps to do your data center migration so you can close your existing data center. But really, it doesn't solve everything, because you've still got your end of life issue. You're still on a technology that is going to be deprecated. There's a lot of networking issues. I mean, the fact that BizTalk relies heavily on MSDTC, you've got an awful lot of network ports there. I mean, you've got to create your own isolated network with the databases in. There's a lot of networking stuff to get done in that. SQL performance, if you've got really high workloads, when you've got your own tin, you can really control that block level SQL performance. Not as easy in the cloud. But then there's also the high availability strategies for SQL. Some of those work well with BizTalk, some of them don't. Clustering works really well with BizTalk, but some of the always on SQL things are a lot harder to get working the way you might want to. And you've still got to maintain your servers, you've still got operating systems, you've still got to patch them, you've still got to look after them. So even though you've got rid of your data center, you still haven't really solved a lot of those other issues to do with the product. And so even though some of our customers have done this, but really it's a transition state. That if your primary goal is to close your data center as fast as possible, then yeah, lift and shift. But that's a transition state. You're only part of the way there. Because even then, you still then need, at some point, to go and migrate cloud native. So you've almost got to do the cost twice. So the thing that might be best for you is to actually have a really hard look at saying, do I want to go cloud native straight away? Because then you've only got to go through that process once. That might be the cheapest option. Talk to me. I can help you find the right answer for you. But ultimately, that's your destination. It's just whether you go to this one in the middle.